Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing an end of the year review when it comes to my girls' electives and family subjects. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 11 and 15. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So we're going to talk about electives and family subjects. Now, when it came to family subjects this year, did not work out. And this was really hard for me. And I do know that I have control of our homeschool to make it work, but I felt that the more I tried to make, this morning time and family subject thing work this year, the worse it got. So I really had to let it go this year and really just adjust to the busyness that our life is in right now. Like our life this past homeschool year has been extremely busy. A lot of it had to do with changes with my 9th grader Bella, her going, starting a job, doing volunteer work, taking on more workloads, wanting to hang out and do more activities with friends. Like I really didn't schedule any of that into my family subjects thinking that it was going to be different this year. I did not think of that, and I should have. Really, I should have. But overall, we started the year off with like this morning time family subject time where we would have like a morning basket where we were studying American history. And it was going really well at first. Like we were studying the military, the American military. We were studying American speeches and American documents. And we were doing art and poetry during this morning time. And at first it was working fine. But then we got busier and busier in the holiday season and everything just kind of crumbled. So we ended up stopping doing art. We stopped doing poetry. We stopped doing our morning basket. And what it turned into by the end of the year was our family subjects or our family time when it came to homeschool is World Watch News and our read aloud. And honestly, it was kind of nice. Like, even though morning time and family subjects was one of my favorite things about homeschooling my kids that we could learn together, even though that kind of, didn't work out this year, it doesn't mean it may not work out next year. I could try again with certain things, just really scaling back. I feel like a lot of us, when it comes to being homeschool parents, we really overplan, not necessarily like map out everything we're going to do for the year, but we really try and overdo. We really try and add so much in, and sometimes we don't think about how busy things are actually going to be to where we have the best intentions to, do all of these things with our kids, and then, life happens and it can make us feel a little bad when things don't work out the way that we planned. But overall, I do feel like just cutting back to World Watch News and read aloud was the right fit for this year. I am thinking about changing things up for next year to see how we could fit in a little bit more family time. But overall, this was the right choice this year. Things were getting to be too much. I was trying to do too much. I could admit that. I was really trying to keep things the way that they were, but then I realized I was doing that for me. I wasn't doing that for my kids. So I really needed to cut back what we were doing. So only choosing a few things here and there, and making more time for us to, go and do the fun things outside of school as a family. I feel like that's where we needed to focus this year. So family subjects did not work out. They did not work out the way that I wanted them to, but overall, we still had a successful year when it came to, World Watch News, and which we love World Watch, and read aloud. Okay, so let's talk about Bella's electives. Now, a lot of Bella's electives were taken online, but one of the ones that she did using an actual course book or booklets was Health through Starline Press. Now, this came with 5 booklets and an answer key, and this was secular and very straight to the point. It was basically you just do a section of reading and you answer a couple of questions, and that's your day. It literally took her 10 to 15 minutes each day, which is what she loved about this. It did cover a lot of sensitive material in here when it came to learning about health. So I did like that she got a good idea of, health overall, even those challenging topics and subjects. But let me just say, as a parent, I did not like this. Bella loved it. She thought it was great. Like I was saying, it was quick. It was to the point. She was able to complete it in like no time. So she really liked this course. Me, I did not like it. And it was because of the answer key. I feel like the answer key was so many errors. There were so many errors in the answer key, and it wasn't about me not agreeing with the answers to the questions. It was that the questions that they were asking weren't always found in the stuff that she was reading. So that was a little frustrating. And a lot of their answer key was labeled incorrectly to where certain numbers didn't match the workbook. And it was more work than I felt that I should have had to do when it came to this program for me actually purchasing something with an answer key, if that makes sense. So the answer key was just a jumbled mess. It really needs a lot of work, and there's a lot of corrections that need to be made in the answer key to make this course work smoothly for the student and the parent together, if that makes sense. So if you can look past the issues and the the mistakes in the teacher's guide, this course did work out well for Bella. So if that's something that doesn't really bother you, I mean, this could still be a really successful course. But for me, I just found it frustrating that there were so many errors in the answer key. So that's the reason why I don't think that I would use this program again. It had nothing to do with what they were teaching her. It had everything to do with the amount of mistakes that I found in this program. It made me kind of feel like, I could have probably put something together myself and not have so many errors, if that makes sense. So there's that. I mean, again, a hit with Bella, a miss for me, but overall she did enjoy the program. Now, when it came to her other electives, she also took piano, and we used homeschoolpiano.com. It was the first time that we used this program. She was using Hoffman Academy in the past, which she loved. Hoffman, I feel, is geared more towards younger kids, but you can use it if you're older. It's just, there's a lot of silliness in the lessons. But with homeschool piano, it felt like it was for more of like a high school student and like an adult. It wasn't that kids couldn't use it. It just, there wasn't a lot of the silliness in there like Hoffman Academy had. But she actually really enjoyed it. I have heard her play and I have noticed a lot of improvement in her playing. I am feeling like she's getting a little burnt out when it comes to music, though. In general, I feel like she maybe needs a break next year from taking any kind of music or piano lessons or anything. So that's something we're considering for next year, but that has nothing to do with homeschoolpiano.com. They had great lessons. There was a lot of information that it provided. There was like checkpoints and like little tests. There were certificates that you could print showing that she completed certain levels and units. So we liked homeschool piano overall. I just feel like Bella wants to try and maybe do a few new things in the upcoming year. So there's that, but overall homeschool piano worked out really, really well. Now, her last elective was French. She took French 1, and we use Fluen's French. This is the first year that we use this as well. Again, it's an online program to learn French, and I want to say that they said it was for like 7th grade and up, and I could see why. It's not like I don't want to say it's not fun. Bella enjoyed it, but it's not like geared towards younger students. It is like you're talking about, getting coffee or having lunch or, things like that. She did say that out of all of the French programs that she has used as she's been learning French, this was her favorite. She did say the lessons were a little long, but you're learning a language and it could be challenging. We liked that there was online like little flashcards and ways to review some of the words and and pronunciation when it comes to French, because that's something I don't speak French. So this was something Bella had to kind of take on and learn, and I really wasn't much help when it came to learning French, but she did say that she really enjoyed it and that she does want to continue it next year. So it was a win. She liked it. We did sometimes just choose to work on it for a certain amount of time instead of completing a lesson each day. So there's that. But overall, it was a win. Now, when it comes to Lydia and her electives, she had a couple of electives, but all of them except for one was done online as well. So the first elective is she was taking typing. I can't even tell you how many times I've tried to incorporate typing into Lydia's homeschool, and it's always failed. And guess what, guys? It failed again this year. So this was not a win for us. I do want to say, when it comes to the Good and the Beautiful typing courses, they worked really, really well for Bella when she took them years ago. She took all 3 of the typing courses, loved them, did great. Fantastic typer. So when it came to typing, it was not a win. We stopped it. I can't even tell you when, because it was so long ago. We tried to incorporate it again back into our homeschool day, and that just didn't work. And then I had the idea of possibly using typing.com. Didn't do that either, you guys. So this as an elective just did not work out. And it wasn't, again, it wasn't necessarily the program. It was just typing as an elective in general that isn't working when it comes to Lydia. And I'm not going to keep on trying. So we're just going to drop this one and not try and incorporate it next year. I feel like if I could just get her to start typing up some of her writing assignments, that would help, and just kind of give her instruction when she's typing, you know, to make sure that she is, you know, positioning her fingers the correct way and sitting up straight and, you know, all of that. So I think that's what we're going to do going forward, because this is not working. Now, when it came to another elective for Lydia, she took French, only she used Rosetta Stone. This was a hit and a miss for us, you guys. Rosetta Stone, she likes this program when it works. So we are using the online, like, homeschool version of Rosetta Stone French, and she likes what she's learning. She likes the way that it's set up. She likes the lessons. But for some reason, there is always some kind of glitch with the speaker and the microphone. So when she goes to speak into the microphone, it just doesn't pick it up. So she was getting extremely frustrated. We even tried different computers. We tried using microphones, and when it worked, it was great, but when it didn't, it was extremely frustrating. But so I don't know if I'm willing to pay that amount of money to try and have a French program that only works sometimes, if that makes sense. We didn't have any of these issues with Fluence when it came to Bella's French course, so I might just switch her on over, since she's going into the 7th grade anyway, to Fluence next year, but we'll see. We will see. But Rosetta Stone, it was kind of like a hit and a miss, I guess you can say, because Lydia loved it, but I did not care for all the technical issues that came along with it. So Lydia's last elective was violin lessons, and she took her lessons through Tra-La. Now, Tra-La was a huge success this year. We absolutely loved the Tra-La lessons. Now, with Tra-La, you take online lessons with a live instructor. We decided to take weekly lessons for 30 minutes at a time. So, you know, once a week, she would have a 30-minute lesson with the same instructor. We really loved her instructor. She was so sweet, so kind, worked so well with Lydia, and Lydia has learned so much. I mean, she's actually playing songs and learning to read music, and it has just been such a fantastic fit for Lydia. This is something that we are going to continue to do in the future. In fact, we're not even canceling her lessons over the summer. She's just going to continue through the summer. We will have to cut them back a little bit because, you know, it's summertime, and we will be probably, you know, going outside a lot more, traveling, doing some stuff over the summer. So we will cut back her lessons, but we will not stop them. She will continue to take these violin lessons through Tra-La, and she will continue to do that next year as well. She is just absolutely loving Tra-La. I love the way that it's set up. There's just, it has been phenomenal. It has been a phenomenal experience when it comes to learning how to play the violin for Lydia. So that is it for today. I hope I did not forget anything. That is everything that I wanted to discuss when it came to the girls' electives and their family subjects, whether they worked out or not. But if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Again, overall, I feel like it was a successful year. There are going to be a lot of changes though, you guys. There are going to be a lot of changes to our homeschool year next year, because we're going to be trying a lot of new things in our homeschool. So if you're interested in seeing my curriculum picks for the 2024-2025 homeschool year, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you can be informed as soon as I post those videos. But that is it. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.